Welcome to the instructional handover video for the Rimor Super Brig Suite. So going around the vehicle, we've got the alloy wheels. It is a 2.3 130, but this has been chipped up to 150. We have your gas locker area just there. You've got one key to open it, and your habitation door just behind it with the security lock, and your awning just above, which we'll send you a separate video for on the awning. Behind the habitation door, we have 2 points. We have an external shower point and an external barbecue point. Just make sure that you clip them down just like that. Mains plug-in point and next to the fridge vents. And then we have the rear locker area here where you will find your carpets. There's a light, makeup cushions, your awning pole, and then in here we have your leisure batteries, your main fuse box, solar panel regulator, and your charger. So the box in the corner is where all your fuses are located, so you can gain access from that from inside as well, but that's where everything's located, just inside there, and that does just lock by pressing the button in. You also have a main isolator. If you want to isolate all the power off for the back of the vehicle, you would just twist and remove that key there. To the back, we've got a bike rack, a reversing camera, and ladders to gain access up onto the roof. On this side here, we've got your spare wheel, pump and go kit, bridge vents, centre pole for the rafters, and again, access through the whole of the vehicle. Behind the rear tyre, underneath here, we have your wastewater drain point. So you simply pull the black handle to empty and fill up the wastewater. That's any water that goes in through the shower, through the sinks. Rimor fridge vent for your heating is just there. Please be careful, it does get warm. Your freshwater filler point is just located there. You use the key. You've got one key, just that one there, to open that. And again, with your toilet cassette, push the two buttons in. You'll see that there is a little lever underneath that you lift up to remove. Undo the little blue cap, empty out what's inside using the little button below. Turn it back round and then slide it in, making sure that it just clips in place. Now it should slide in very simply, that. If it's not, just check the position of your blade valve inside the vehicle where the toilet is. To the front, got your diesel point just there. Use the main key to do it. Underneath this section here, we have your engine battery. So that is where that is located. And we have your toolkit, which is provided from Fiat, just underneath the passenger seat. We have a glove box with the Fiat manuals just there, and then a cooled, ventilated area just there. The bonnet release catch is just found by pulling the handle down at the side of the passenger door, and to gain access underneath, directly above the Fiat badge, you will see this little mechanism here, which will allow you to lift up the bonnet. Under here we've got your oil, your dipstick, your screen wash. We've got negative point, and underneath this cover, which you just flick open with your vehicle key, you have got your positive point should you want to jump start the vehicle. Moving round then to the inside of the vehicle, we have a manual locking point, so you press that in to lock it from inside. We've got a blind and a fly screen on the door, and an awning light just above. Moving inside, we've got the main control panel just above the door, and you turn that on by pressing the power button just there. We then have several options which will then indicate on the panel itself when you have pressed them. So the top one being your awning light, The next one down being the lights in the vehicle and powering the 12 volt inside the vehicle. We have then your water pump on and off on your auxiliary pump to give you the auxiliary option on and off. You have a menu then that goes up and down telling you what water is in the fresh water, what water is in the wastewater, what voltage is in the vehicle battery and what voltage is in the habitation battery. So that simply goes up and down back to the main screen. You've also got a temperature there and you've got a time setting there. So pretty simple, guys. Easy to navigate. When you're leaving the vehicle, just turn off and then it'll tell you to follow the construction and turn it completely off, just like that. To turn the power back on, just let it power down a few seconds and then just touch the screen and it will become live again for you. One thing on the switches, they seem to be a three-way switch, so they will turn on and off several different lights, and you can have them in different positions, such as the kitchen lights. If they're not working, just make sure. Sometimes you can turn them on and off with the button down near the door as well. But the light switches are denoted around the vehicle in different locations, and the kitchen, you've also got an extractor fan. We've got lights under here, which just turn off. Same on this side, underneath here. Just turn off the lights above and the lights underneath. Bathroom area, we've got light switches and your main plug-in. And we've got an indicator for the flush there and full level just at the bottom. So I mentioned earlier when I was outside the vehicle that you must have your blade valve closed when removing it. You do that by the little grey button at the bottom. Towards the shower is closed, towards the front of the vehicle is open. So just make sure it's in that position towards the shower. That will allow you to pull out the toilet cassette outside. Little press button for storage. Make sure that that's pressed in before you set off. In the bathroom area, we've got fly screen and blind on the windows. And we have a cupboard that opens here. Just press that little button and that will release the cupboard to open. And then just click it back in place. Shower has a point for it to go there, and your mixer tap is just there. Make sure that the shower screen is clipped into the little press stud there before travelling off. And we have a Remis opening blind. So this hecky literally lifts up. We again have a fly screen and a blind located on there. And then to lock it down, lift and make sure it goes over that little button there. But nice and bright, we've got towel rail holders there, toilet roll holders there. So a nice bathroom area. Cooker, we've got a 3-burner hob. 1, 2, 3, pretty self-explanatory, and then an igniter that lights it. The cooker is both an oven and a grill. To turn it to grill, you turn it to the right and it will automatically ignite. Turn it to the oven, you turn it left and that will light the bottom. Make sure when you're using it as a grill that you just leave that open slightly, just to stop the dough from buckling. So that's your oven and your grill. Above it, you have a TV bracket that slides out. You simply just lift that down and that will slide it out. Remove the little pegs to change the orientation and the position of where you want the TV bracket. Fridge wise, we have a powered fridge unit. So press the unit on. You can either manually select mains electric, gas if you have it, or the battery option which runs when the engine is running, or automatic. So you'll see the autos flicked it back onto the electric because we're plugged in currently at the moment. So you've got the temperature dial from the coldest, warmest to the coldest. If you are filling it up fully loaded, try and knock the temperature down a little bit first of all to get it building up temperature. And then once it's up there, you can adjust the temperature to suit. You've got a blower to stop the freezer seal from sticking, which is just that little button there. And then remember, if it has tried to light on gas, there is a sticker on the door here telling to reset the gas button if it has locked out. Why would it do that? If you are driving along and you've been on 12 volt, it won't flick over for 10 minutes to stop the vehicle igniting at a petrol station. Sometimes it can lock out with gas, or if you forgot to turn your gas on, simply just turn the unit on and then press the button. That will reset the gas valve. To turn it off, press and hold it, just like that. In the rear of the vehicle, we've got some more light switches just down here, and they will operate the lights in the different areas of the vehicle. These ones press on and off just underneath. The door catches, just simply lift the handle and clip it in. They're the same all the way around the vehicle, just there. So on dropping the table, you need to use the handle underneath the table to lock it in place. It will also slide around left and right, forward and backwards, and then we'll spin 360 degrees. This is the locking point to lock the table into position, just like that. Yeah. To move it, just release it down. So, your fresh water is located underneath the forward facing seats, which I will just show you now. So this is where your freshwater tank and your pump is located, underneath the hatch here. Now inside the tank itself, you'll see there's a little lever there. When the handle's pulled down, that will lock it in place to stop the tank from draining. When you want to drain the tank down, you simply lift that handle up, it will release the pressure, you'll be able to pull it up, and that will drain your freshwater tank. So that is your freshwater drain just inside the tank there. Like the table in the rear, we have a locking point to lock it in position and the lever to hold the table down or spring the table back up, whichever position you want it. We have a folding seat here for your travelling passengers to give them extra room. Simply just pull the lever back and that releases on both sides. We'll then flatten that seat to give the person sitting nearest to the window more leg room. Again, similar to the bathroom area where you've got fly screen and blinds. Just pinch them together to open, press them down, and then we've got the opening windows. So make sure you press the buttons in and then they will just hold up at the position that you're comfortable with, and then just close by pulling and locking them in position. They're the same for the window in the overcab. And again, the overcab has the USB charging point and a light up there. You have a USB charging point here, which is the auxiliary works. And in the rear, we've also got another USB charging point just there. Storage area, we've got a large cupboard wardrobe area there. And again, making sure you press the button in. And just down at the bottom here, we have quite an important item. So once we've put the fresh water into the tank and we have turned the pump on, you'll need to make sure that this little blue diamond here, and again it's a bit hard because it's dark, but I'll show you when you come to collect the vehicle, must be in the position that you see here. So the diamond's pointing front to back, and the blue button at the bottom, which is, I know is a bit difficult to see on this one, is pushed in. Now you must make sure that this is done to allow the system to fill up for the hot water. Otherwise, water, guys, will simply just pour right underneath the vehicle, just there. So once we've got all that in place, we can then come to the power unit here. Now, it's always advantageous that you put the fuel source on for this before you turn on the control panel. So to do it, you press the unit on, press it again. You will select the temperature that you want it to be in the vehicle. You will then go generally to the water to turn it on and off. So eco being 40 degrees, hot being 60 degrees. And then you've got boost, which will take all the power away from the heating. So decide which one you want. I'm not going to put any on at the minute because we've got no gas on. So this works off of gas. You'll see the element there. There's gas only, this. And then we've got eco for the fan speed, so slow, high being high, or again, once you've run it on high for a while, you can then go on to the boost to take all the heating away from the hot water, depending on what you want to. If you don't want any heating on, simply turn the dial down to off and nothing will operate. And then if you just want the water on, just go to your water options, and that will then allow you to select the option of just water only. So make sure your gas is turned on before you do that. You'll never have a warning triangle unless you run out of gas. To turn the unit off, you simply press and hold the unit. Yeah. So pretty straightforward. Your windows all the way around are exactly the same as I've described before. Here we have your utensil drawer, storage at the bottom there, and then a large storage area underneath. Make sure they're clipped in and you can hear the clip. Here at the bottom we've got your isolation points for your various cooker, fridge and heating systems. They're all working in the right position at the minute. Only turn them off if you're advised to by a trained technician. Again, making sure that you press that button in. To gain access to the sink, you lift up the little panel there, and that will give you access. Once you have put your water in, I mentioned about pulling it through your boiler, and you've closed your frost protection valve, which is in the cupboard down at the bottom there. You'll want to turn your tap to hot. Make sure on your panel that you've got your water on. Yeah. And then you will lift up the tap and simply pull the water from the fresh water tank through the boiler down here into your tap. Now you need to make sure that it's a steady stream of water coming through. Once it's a steady stream of water, then you can go to your control panel and select your water temperature that you want to get the vehicle to. Can take about 30 to 40 minutes to get up to temperature on the systems, but gas is generally quicker to get you up to there anyway, so it should get up there in no time whatsoever. Lights above, they will touchscreen lights, so again you can have it set on a dimmer or a brighter light, same throughout. And your heckies are the same as what I've shown you in the bathroom area, so make sure that these bars are over the little handle there. And this one is a winding one, so literally has a little winding handle that you move down and simply wind it up to ventilate the area. Make sure that when you wind it back down, just go a little bit further and just give it a gentle push just to make sure that you're locked in place. Makeup cushions for the various beds are just located there. Bin, there is a bin there, the customer just had it next to the door. And the little black switch there is your thermostat for the heating. For the travelling seat, you will sit rear facing and basically turns around, and you will sit that way on for your rear facing position. Table again spins around. We've got your reversing camera, we've got your aircon, CD radio, lock, gearbox, manual. To the left hand side we've got the light switches, and at the bottom your cruise control and your speed limiter. To the opposite side we have your windscreen wipers and your mode options, lights, indicators for the wing mirrors, which will adjust both the front driver's side and passengers, both top and bottom mirrors, and your electric window switches there. We've got also a DAB aerial just located there. To swivel the seats around, you'll just have to jockey it round past the table, and by moving the bar at the front here, that will slide it forward and backwards. Just pull the little handle back here to slide the chair forward. It will only lock in place in the forward facing position for obvious reasons. And then we have a curtain at the side of the van, which will black out the front cab area on either sides in an evening. You've got a dividing curtain at the back just there to divide the bunk area off. Your carpets are located in the rear of the vehicle. That concludes the instructional handover video for the Rimor Super Brig. We hope you enjoy it. We look forward to hearing your feedback and look forward to hearing about your adventures. Thank you.